January 19, 2024. So anyway, there are some people on the internet, they're all telling you to go heavy air, light air, whatever. It goes deeper than that. You probably need to shoot some 3D. You're going to go deer hunting. You want to shoot old big bucky. You need to learn how to shoot. So it's lots of practice. And lots of practice wears out your bow. And it means you have to learn how to take care of your bow, which you pretty much got to be your own bow mechanic. But this is primarily concerned about a couple of comments I've been dealing with and people I've talked to about how they'd set up their rig and how they like what they like. And we're not going to talk about broadheads. We're going to talk about your bow setup. Now, I bought this bow in 1995. I've had it for a long time. It's a Darton Viper graphite, and it's got some add-ons. A lot of them have fell off. This bow's been retired. I haven't been able to shoot this bow for quite some time. Boy, I wished I could. So anyway, it's got a no twist zebra string on it. This bow is pushing, you got it, 30 years old. It's an 80-pound bow. It's set on about 27 inches or 28-inch draw length. It's got a real short draw length. It's got some interesting features. It's got an overdraw. And that particular overdraw has been modified to hunt with. And the modification is to keep your arrow from getting off that launcher, claw, whatever you want to call it. And if you go up there a little bit higher, let's see if I can get them lined up. You see that I got a 4-pin sight. And it's a light gathering sight. And the pins are as close together. Let's get back up there again where you can see it. It's hard to deal with the camera. Those pins are as close together as I can get them. And that's my rangefinder. Pretty sure I can do it. Anyway, those are 4 pins, as close together as you can get them. And the reason they're as close together as you can get them is because that's your built-in rangefinder. That's how you range your deer right there. Yeah, you're saying, Chris, that's really crazy stuff. How does that work? Well, that deer is going to take up a certain amount of space in your sights. And pretty much the way it is, if I get all 4 of them pins in that deer chest, well, that's a pin 1. If I get 3 of them in there, I'll probably still pin 1. Now if I only get 2 of them in there with a 3rd one on the bottom, that's probably 35, 40. Now if I got 1 pin on the top of the back and the next pin down is on the bottom of the chest, I'm pushing 50. And that's how your range system works. You don't need all those fancy range finders. And yeah, I shoot a caliper release. There it is right there. It's got silicone on it. Well, Chris, why does your release have silicone on it? Well, you live and learn things the hard way. You know, you really do. So when you're up there with your release, banging it all around off your wrist, and you go to grab it up there and latch it onto your bowstring, and you hit anything on this bow with that release, that's a noise maker. This bow's got sound reduction stuff on it for back in the day. That's what we did to suppress them. You can put things on your string, but I'm a speed demon. That's where that overdraw comes into things. 80-pound bow, IBO, 400 grain arrow. This bow shoots about 290 FPS. 1995. Built-in rangefinder. You can shoot all them rests you want, boys. But if you go look at the Olympics, They got a solid rest, usually a launcher. But anyway, we won't go into that. I'm just talking about built-in rangefinders, high-speed bows, hitting the bullseye, getting the bullet, the arrow as fast as you can there before it drops, and kissing them out at 50. God bless them, the 405. Y'all guys can shoot these deer. You don't need those dogs to go find them. You shoot them clean, they don't run very far.